It's time for a classic review. Hello and welcome to what I just said. Today I'm gonna have a look at the 2008 Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course, after all the recent jazz with the Mirage foot and the arcade TMNT, what else can I do than to look at this masterfully done figure and have my background drop? Screw you, alright? But anyway, here's the box. You got some nice artwork, and I don't really keep a lot of boxes of old figures, but these guys, well, I guess deep down I knew they were gonna be special, so I actually keep the packaging, which has like all the nice little artwork from the Mirage comics, and a little bit of NECA Pro that presents these tiny detailed amazing figures who will be even more amazing a couple of years into the future. They didn't actually write that on there, but they should. Yeah, 2008. And once more, I really like the artwork also inside with all the weapons, and what more do you want? But before I even get to the figures, let's have a little bit of story time, because these guys are that damn special. So not only are the NECA Turtles amazing figures, if you haven't heard, they're amazing figures, but the fact is, they were instrumental in getting me into collecting Ninja Turtles. As a kid, I've always been a fan, and I had the figures. Just, growing up, it's one of those things, you kind of put them away, you put them in the attic, you put them wherever, just out, because you're outgrowing that, and you're not having time for action figures anymore. But in my case, just like many other people's case, these things come back. We get to the point where it's nostalgia again. We might not start playing with it again, but we just celebrate the old stuff, the nostalgia. It was actually around 2007, 2008, where I saw people on the internet actually having videos, not really reviews, but just like fun little videos about their TMNT collections. And to me, it was like, I just thought to myself, why the hell do I have mine in a box in the attic in the dark? And basically, to me, I was like, why do I have mine tacked away if I can just display them? Because I already had a tiny collection. I had a couple of video game characters where I had like statues of, and back then I was completely statue guy. I did not have any action figures, any articulation. I didn't want that. I wanted statues. But thanks to YouTube and a lot of people just like posting that stuff, I'm gonna give a shout out to Sweden Hallock. I really enjoyed Retro Turtle Toy Talk. If he ever sees that, thank you very much. That was inspiring, and that was fun to watch, and that got me into packing out my Ninja Turtles again. And then the moment came where I just walked into my comic book store. One day I just walked in there, and there they were. The TMNT NECA Special 4-pack. And I just looked at that, and I was like, these guys look pretty cool. Yes, it was actually like, I wasn't really hyped for that. I just walked in there and I saw these turtles, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna take these. It wasn't like oh my god, NECA Turtles, like now. Like it would be now. But back then it was just like, yeah, I guess I'll pick them up. And I don't say that to flex or anything. I just say that how incredibly lucky I was that I encountered these amazing figures who years later would go down in history and would take a special place in my heart and my collection. So without further ado, let's get to the NECA Turtles. Feast your eyes on the NECA TMNT Mirage Turtles. Dreams do come true. So yeah, you got an overall look at all the guys. For those who do not know, the red headbands is because of the comic. They all had red headbands in the comic. They're not all Raphael, of course. But you know what? You have them side by side. Let's have them one by one. This is Raph. This is, by the way, from the 4-pack. So they only came with the weapons. I don't have the used canisters or the tiny turtles or the spiky hand. If you bought them separately, they all had like more stuff coming with them. But I didn't. Which is kind of a bummer. But like I said in the intro, I was so lucky to get the 4-pack already. So that's Raph. Looks amazing. Leo with nice looking swords. And he's the only one who can actually hold his weapons, because they made that extra detail. Also has tiny packs in the feet, as you can tell. They have giant fucking feet, so stability is never a problem with these guys. Then we got Michelangelo, my childhood favorite, and still one of the best to this day. With like a nice metallic and real chain. None of that plasticky, gimmicky bullshit that will just break, and I don't fucking know. Of course, you can't always have chain, but this time we got it. And that was like, I think, the first time. We had it in the classic collection from the TMNT from Playmates, but yeah. This is the first time I got real chain on the Michelangelo, and it looks amazing. And you can do all this. And we have Donnie, just in the slick pose. Now let the little tails over here. And is this kind of, no, it doesn't move. I don't think that moves. I'm definitely not gonna try and break something right now. I'm not an idiot. I've broken enough shit lately, so guess I am an idiot, but I'm not gonna break these. So now, Overlook. For the arcade turtles, I had Mikey as my favorite, but for these guys, I'm just gonna have Leo because he's my second favorite. And I'm gonna get rid of the weapons real quick to show you all the nitty-gritty articulation and whatnot. So, as usual with these guys, you can kind of take off the pegs over here to slide your weapons out without having to force or break or just damage anything. Don't have to force the hands. Don't have to use hot water or anything. Just kind of take this off and put it back in. So that's the sword. They both look the same. You got the nice little golden and metallic. And it's a good material. It's sturdy. Yeah, you have a little bit of lineage. It will not immediately pop off if you just look at it the wrong way. But anyway, so that's Leo. Overall size of these guys, 13.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which means he's a little over 5 inches, almost 5.5 inches. So overall paint detail of these guys is amazing. Of course, you have the comic style with all like the black going on over here, the lines all over the body, just like nice detail, and like different shades of gray. No, green. Fuck that. And you really have like that iconic kind of gritting teeth look that's not really possible in real life. And you have like the long neck and tail, which you don't really have in anything else because they didn't really have necks in the original cartoon and whatnot. But anyway, speaking of neck, speaking of stuff, speaking of articulation, so the head kind of rotates up here, side to side wiggle motion, and turns around. It's kind of stiff though. It's been standing around for years now, so this is like kind of ball jointed. You can see all the nice detail also in the neck, but yeah, you can turn that around at the head. It would go, yeah, it goes all the way around at the neck, but if you don't want to do that, you have this with the hinge over here, which also moves all the way around. So moves over here, moves over there, and at the shoulder, you can tell you kind of have the ball. It rotates around. I mean, the shoulder is basically the big ball that rotates around, and has a hinge over here, so you can move it up or down. And then we have a swivel over here. Another hinge over there, which does not move around, does not move side to side, just a hinge. And then we got a swivel and a hinge in the hand. Down at the torso, there's actually some stuff going on. So first of all, this is soft plastic, so it will absolutely not get in the way. You can actually peel it back a little bit to reveal some turtle skin, but you have some movement down here. It's kind of like a swivel going left and right. It's so nicely detailed, like even under there, like stuff you wouldn't even see if you didn't pay close attention to the nice detail. But it's there, and it's amazing. Did I tell you it's amazing yet? Because it's amazing. Then the legs move out to the side. You have, again, the balls you can see over here. It's basically the same thing as there, and rotates over there. And then at the knee, you have a double jointed hinge, or double hinged, or whatever you call that. So it basically moves at this part, at the lower part, and at the upper part. And the knee pads, by the way, knee pads, elbow pads, well, these ones are molded on there, and the hinge is over there, so behind it, so it doesn't get in the way. But over here, you got it glued on the top, and you just have these pieces who are just kind of floaty, soft plastic, so again, that doesn't get into the way at all. It covers up the knee joint nicely. And then, of course, you have the giant feet, who are just who are hinged and kind of go side to side a little bit. You don't get that great, but you know, I mean, for the look, it's amazing. Looks good, works well. Works even better. And as you can tell, he has giant feet. Nice shell going on. And these things to put his swords in works like a charm. I mean, it's not super stiff in there. It will fall out. But that's alright, because why the fuck, unless you're doing like sick-ass ninja poses and you want to hang them up like that, then you're not gonna need a sword that kind of sticks in there. And they're kind of all rolling all over my review space. So let's have another look at the weapons. Weapons, yes. So you got the bow staff with nice little detail. Of course, you can kind of take them apart, just like the swords. You can kind of rotate this out. Then you got the size for Raph. And by the way, I just love posing him like that. I always want to pose him like that. He kind of has a little bit of weirdly shaped hands because of it, but I'm okay because I will always pose him with his size that way, because I think it's amazing to hold the size that way. It's just different. The size are such a great posable weapon. Like, just you can hold it on the side, you can hold them up, you can hold them down, and it will always look good. So. And also these look good anyway, so there you go. And once more, the chain gang is here, the champ is here, the chain is here, and that's the nunchucks, and just the hand. I'm kind of powered out because I'm just, oh my god. And there you go, one final look at greatness. The posability of these guys, it's just amazing. I could play around with them forever. As you can tell, you know, Leo can hold the sword in both hands. It also goes for Donatello for the bow staff and all that. You know, you can tuck his nunchucks in there. You can actually kind of hold the nunchucks. I had that for a while. You can kind of try to store the nunchucks, but beware, don't break your belts. So, of course, I mean, final thoughts. Have I not praised these guys enough? Like this is. You know, at one point I might do a top 10 TMNT figures, like a top 10 4 turtles from all the different series I have, because, you know, as you can tell, if you haven't seen these ones, I have a lot to show, and that's also because I want to do these classic reviews. So, these still stand as one of the best. Those are definitely top 10, if not the best TMNT figures that have ever been released, but I'll give the verdict to that whenever I do a top 10. If I do a top 10, I don't know yet. I have a lot of plans, but only so little time. So there you go. Those are the NECA Mirage turtles. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit it up with a like and maybe subscribe to the channel, because I will have more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever the TMNT want. Goodbye. Whoosh.